Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
Though, because I would prefer something like Alessandra. They're actually going to go back towards it. I think you need extra engage here for Weibo. Like, Vi is nice, but you would like something that can kind of help follow up on that ability to go in towards the backline. Alessandra works really well. What else are providing?
It's just about surviving, and Tarzan moving himself up here to make sure that he's covering this as, flash in onto the Shy. The Ignite comes down. He doesn't have a flash. This is literally going to be a kill coming out here because he just wasn't looking at his character.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate there, but this is what we're talking about.
Not really looking like he's going to be too long for this world, but they will have the perk execution, and they have the Dominus. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's trying to go in, but I don't think he's going to have much else to go. And he will be taken out. Really good roam from Doonby, and he is just making this Renekton early game work
stronger in that regard. And LNG, though, with the presence of Doonby on the top side, won't be able to contest the Dragon. So at least Weibo kind of flipping the script. A little bit of a personal vendetta against the Shy on that top side. And already we can see LNG leaning top here for that Rift Tower. The Shy might be in trouble again.
He's in a lot of trouble. Remember, he doesn't have flash here, so he's going to flash in. He doesn't have himself any immunity. And that's going to be another kill for Allah. A flash by Angel. And SOFM has to disengage as well. LNG just own this top half of the map. They are just bullying the Shy.
And hang on.
I mean, they're going to try and go into this. Doonby is still very scary. They're going to try and burst him out. And it looks like Allah just stayed a little bit too far forward. They're going to try and jump now on top of SOFM, who should be stunned in and traded back. So, yes, you kill down the Akali, but you've lost your jungler.
Yeah, I mean, still a big advantage for LNG. They should be able to move over towards
even more. So, right now, they are going to continue to put down the hurt onto the Shy because there's just nowhere for him to go, nowhere for him to be. And this is the problem when your Gwen's getting countered because the Gwen just can't do anything.
I mean, this has been the focus.
He wants to go for him again. The Shy does have Ignite, does have Needlework as well. So should be able to do something here if they try and look for something, but they get the immunity out of him, and then, yeah, there's nothing you can do. They got the tower aggro onto Doonby. The Renekton is just too damn strong, especially with that play of the Ruin King. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's the Bork. It's also the fact that you have, as you say, the health bar, the tankiness that comes through. Allah having a ton of damage, and it's only the leeching layer. Well, like, one of the big reasons we've started to see Renekton creep back into the meta is because, well, one, his like control over early objectives.
There's not really much place for you to move forward. I think your best bet's trying to move mid, but no, they're going to try and maybe look for a fight here. The Shy goes in, but he's very much by himself. Needlework comes out, and the Ignites. You've lost your ultimate and your summoner. Not really an ideal situation. You don't really gain anything off it.
Once you actually start to, as it's going down to mid, actually get these plays coming through from LNG, it becomes so much more difficult to hold on to structures, hold on to control of the map, and then you get to lean into sides as LNG and try and take these towers down.
There you go. So LNG now 2 towers, and there's no real response because actually we saw Angel towards the bot side. They're looking to try and collapse onto Allah and Doonby, but you got to be so careful with this one. They've committed so much onto the Renekton, who's got himself an ultimate, and he's just so tanky. He won't go down. And Angel, you TP'd in for nothing. That's 2 more kills for the Akali, and the AoE slow of the Glacial Prison is just massive. LNG have torn Weibo apart. Weibo didn't know what they were doing.
Weibo just had to not
in every single metric. And they're just making them look like WE. No offense.
Poppy, Easy Hoon, coaching staff, they're behind the scenes to make this sort of stuff happen.
Moonlight Vigil was good. You can see now Angel looking for something on, almost taken out. The tidal wave going to be trying to disengage there from Light, but he gets taken out. That's going to be a nice little kill here coming out here for LNG, or sorry, for Weibo, as LNG now starts to group back. They're going to jump back onto the Shy, who's just been bullied this whole time. Doonby is 1v4 on the backside and winning. It was a proactive play from Weibo, but it does not matter because LNG are just so far ahead.
I mean, they have no damage. And this is kind of the big thing that we've been seeing a lot from Weibo is that the Shy, it's one or done. Like, Huanfeng, the AD higher than 23% that he's doing this bit.
That's massive ultimates to kill 180 carry, who I'm going to be honest with you, isn't exactly my priority. Now you're going to try and get onto your priority. This is the person you need to try and kill, and they will shut him down. Importantly, that goes over to Huanfeng. That is a 1,000 gold shutdown.
Massive try and claw your way back into this game. It's just, you are so far away. I mean, look at the face check on Weibo as well, because anyone on Weibo face checks, you're going to end up being murdered immediately by Allah's damage. Tarzan.
Because we did all that hard work for Allah, that's why he is it. Now, though, LNG are getting a little bit complacent, as we can see now 5 members of Weibo committing to this top side, and I love this from Weibo because there's no response.
And this is actually some of the things we saw from LNG in them. You find out the farm you want, get the levels that you need, because at the moment you're 2 levels behind Allah, but we'll deal with the rest.
So FM, he's going to be stunned up here, does not have flash, and he gets taken out, and On tried to flash in for the wild growth. not quite in time. And now you're out of...
So Weibo trying to see if they can move in. They need to find a ton of burst damage with the Shy.
Oh, here we go. The Shy goes straight in, but he gets stunned up before he can really do anything. Allah's jumped onto the backside onto Angel to maybe make something work. He gets the perfect execution after he's exhausted. Oh, I saw that Q coming out there from the Aphelios. Allah, though, getting chased down by the Shy, but the Shy has been shut down. A cleanse from Huanfeng, but he's still in the slow. He has to flash away, but he's been followed over by a mad woman on a pig. And now Angel's all alone in the world. As you can see, finally SOFM respawns, but I don't think it's going to be enough. That's Baron. That's several kills. LNG, they took their foot off the gas, then straight back onto Weibo's neck.
And you've got 3 dead now for Weibo. Baron buff, and look at the size of this wave. I think LNG just end here.
I mean, it's a huge wave. You have 2 cannon minions, caster minions as well, doing more damage to structures. You don't exactly have wave clear here. Yes, Angel will do a little bit, but it's all ranged minions. It's not really going to be a lot there for them to do. Big
mistake from SOFM, why they just cost Weibo game 1.
See what they want to go for. Nexus turret number 1 does go down. LNG are going to back up. Death timer's not quite at their longest. They're going to back themselves away.
Time, but yeah, with all 5 members of Weibo here, they'll be able to escape away from this. It shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Well, almost losing the game there, but the Baron's still ticking for another minute and a half. Your top lane inhibitor.
For LNG, they are heavily reliant on things like the Baron to close this one out. And right now, I just don't see how LNG can push the game forward further unless they can crack open one of these turrets now.
See a huge wave there trying to be thinned out. Going to cause 3 members, which means you don't have the numbers to defend mid. So I like what's happening here from LNG. They synced up the waves fairly well and kind of said, cool, we can crack open another inhibitor. They might even get the bot lane. This could be 3 inhibitors off of this Baron push. And yes, you are getting to a 3-item Gwen. You are getting to a 3-4-item Aphelios. But it's not going to matter because you just have double super minions. We're going to go for a full fight. Here we go. Jumping straight in. Doomby wants to end the game right here, right now. Redemption comes out just to heal. Actually, to do damage. Excuse me. That's a redemption offensively by Tarzan. And now they're on to the Nexus turret. There's only 1 left, Dagda. And they're going to try and go for this one. But it's a Hail Mary coming out now for Weibo. They need to defend for their lives. But I don't think their lives are going to be there for much longer. They cannot survive. LNG find themselves a fantastic early game. And they take the advantage in this series.
LNG are keeping that playoff buff alive. Coming in, looking great against BLG, and a fantastic
coming
game
in for you, and we're going to see now Weibo. We talked about this just a little bit. The Shy has a 0% win rate on tanks. It does work if you get to the hyper late game because he's just not going to die. But at the same time, coming up, it'll be very late here for the Lulu. But they come straight in on top of the mid laner, and that's Ari dead. Yes, you will have the Call of the Forge God coming out, but can you get SOFM out? That's the real question. Now the Shy's in a lot of trouble as he's already flashed away. On will have the Wild Growth available to him should he need it. Exhaust goes down. That's onto Allah. Nice 3-man knock-up, and they've turned this one back nicely. And there's a tidal wave though as it floods their health bars. That is a quadra kill. Nearly coming out for LNG's mid laner. Doonby is huge. Doonby, who's coming in on top of this Yona. He's going to probably have, I was going to say the Blade of the Ruin King straight off the bat. And now the Shy's in a lot of trouble because he doesn't have flash, which means the leap strikes can keep this Allah right on top of him. 2 or 3 more auto attacks will do it. And Allah with the solo bolo. You got the 2nd most solo kills in records.
Remember, so great fights, but we're back into live.
Oh my god, we're back straight into live. As you can see, they're trying to jump on the Doonby. You got Tarzan here trying to put down the damage on the SOFM, but the Wild Growth is good enough. And that's going to be a trade back here, but you had to commit all your resources there from Weibo.
Back away. Allah starting up the Rift Herald, thinking.
Oh, SOFM! He just sat there on a ward, lazy backing right there, and all that good that you were just setting up is just not going to work out. Now the Shy in a lot of trouble. Again, this is Allah kind of saying, look, I'm a level ahead of you. I have a Divine Sunderer, that spike you're talking about. The Shy can't do anything about it. He might actually just go straight underneath the tower and take him down. 1-2, Uni flew. Allah is destroying you. How he goes for this one here. Dragon is still being taken here by the Weibo bot side, and good proactive play from them to recognize they had probably just gonna die. So LNG, fantastic from them right now, and similar to game 1, they're in control. They are the ones that are dictating the pace.
Instead, we're seeing that's not the case, and the Shy. Oh, actually, Angel.
Oh, Angel, he has got the mobility, but can he get himself away? That's the real question. It's going to be a fight on the top side, though. It's 1v1 and a 3v3 as we can see them going in. SOFM is so low, and he's taken out. Angel has a flash to get himself over the wall, but he's in no man's land. He might have to use the teleport.
At the moment, like, with Allah having the 2 solo kills, he's kind of looking at the Shy going, 2nd team all-pro. Yeah, right.
I mean, honestly, it feels like Allah's just kind of really on Huanfeng to do the real damage, but he's already getting poked out. That rapid-fire cannon, that extra little bit of range is doing well. They're going to jump in onto Huanfeng. There's the call of the Forge God, but it completely whiffs. Tidal wave across the rest of the team, and Weibo are scattered to the winds. They don't know where they want to be, and in a 3v1 situation, it's Allah who comes out on top and forces the rest of Weibo and their damage back to their towers.
Everyone on Weibo ended up in a position that they didn't want to be in. The Shy tries to go in for the ultimate, completely whiffs on that one thanks to the stun from Allah. SOF ends up flying way deep into the LNG backline as Doomby resets. And LNG find the fight win, they'll get the tower, and again, Doomby not quite able to find us.
On that IG team. So much history between these players right now. And you've got a Blade the Ruin King on the bot side, which means you can go for a fight here. The Vi is dead. That's Baron. There's nothing else you can do.
The Shy
Look at the picture-in-picture. The Shy, he's getting solo boloed a third time because it's the charm. And now everyone's trying to deal with this. Allah not quite able to do much else. On top of that, but you've used the Moonlight Vigil, the Wild Growth. Your Baron is gone. Weibo had to throw all the resources bot.
And LNG, they want to get back into that top spot of playoffs. This is fantastic stuff from LNG, from a team that had so many doubts over the course of the split. Unable to make split push work, but the damage has already been done.
I mean, Huanfeng got the return kill, but that costs you your exhaust, the Wild Growth, the Moonlight Vigil, which means you don't have them right now for maybe a potential push in this mid lane. And this is only 3 of the 5 members right now. You've got Doomby coming in off the backside of that one here. He's almost got himself up towards, I believe, is going to be a Death's Dance. But Allah, he's being a bit careful. There's the rest of his team coming in on top of him. And again, similar to game 1, we are seeing a couple of mid-game decision-makings going up against LNG. They just need to make sure they, cross their T's, dot their I's. They might not need to because the bubble lands. The tidal wave is good. And Lumao picks up a kill. Now Doomby can jump back in with the fight. Goes back in with Fate Sealed as against it. Soul Unbound, rebound to himself. The Shy goes over the wall, and they're just cleaning them up left and right. It's just the little Lulu left to look at the remnants of a fight where they're all alone.
LNG look at Weibo and say 4v5? Yeah, that seems unfair for you. Absolutely destroy them in the team fight. Now they're onto the base. 24 minutes into the game with Baron still available. They should be able to crack open these turrets. 20 seconds until Weibo are up though. So it looks like instead they will just back away. Honestly, I don't know where Weibo is. Like, this is just LNG having the run of the mill. Great stuff from LNG here, like to hide in the bush, but honestly, I think you should have spotted this out from Weibo. Like, they were just mid lane. Now suddenly it's only Doomby pushing mid lane. Object permanence is a thing, but apparently not for Weibo. Now LNG pushing into the base. Baron buff will fade as, oh my god.
They just find Angel and he's dead. This is the pick they prioritized for Weibo. What happened indeed? I actually just looked over there as well. This is the game. It's over. 25.5 minutes. LNG are on match point.
Yeah, Doomby giving a happy little clap for himself there, as he should be. Brilliant game from the LNG mid laner. 4 kills found early, a lot of them coming where Kerry's been winning to bring this out, but I'm curious to see now how Huanfeng and On are going to do, because this definitely feels like desperation a little bit for me, but they're like, look, we need to bring out all these cool things that we're working on in the back pocket because we are...
Dagda. They put down the exhaust on the Huanfeng. They want to try and slow him down. The heal comes out to try and speed up light. They're going to jump down on top of Huanfeng. He's got nowhere to go, nowhere to be. First blood LNG, and oh my lord, it's not going to end well, is it? Tarzan, though, might be able to try and catch him between a rock and a hard place. He flashes over the CC, and they're going to jump down on top of On, who has nowhere to go, nowhere to be. And On, you may have played 3 games of Yasuo, but you're going to be dead after this one here. Tarzan will get him down with the Subjugate, and that just comes from the proactivity of the LNG jump over the CC and just puts himself in such a smart position. Now Huanfeng has no flash, but they do land the CC on top of him. The last chapter will root him in place, and he will be taken out. Tarzan with another kill to his Talia flash in though from SOFM. The Cyclone comes out. They do get the last breath. That's a good wind wall though to try and stop any of the damage from turning back onto this. Tarzan almost survives. Eventually he does go down, so it's another 3v3 in the bot side. The Yasuo has fallen. Light trying to jump down on top of SOFM as he falls. Now Angel with one last Spirit Rush is still doing work. Angel versus the world. The Angel of Death has finally arrived, and a triple kill for the Weibo mid laner.
Finally Weibo finds some response to LNG's early game.
We do see the smite coming out from Tarzan. We'll have another one in about 15 seconds, but here comes the Cyclone back out onto the map, and they're just kind of running straight down the throat of LNG because they know that their mid laner is so damn strong.
Magnificent. I mean, overall, far better game from Weibo.
Tarzan, they're going to run straight in on top of him. We'll be able to try and trade this one back as he fails the flash. He does get it over the wall though, as we can see the Senna just finally finishing that one off with the Dawning Shadow. And this is really good play from Weibo. They're just putting
spot. And there's no one who can really respond right now, although Light will have found him.
No, he will have found him. On will get slowed up by that W. The exhaust comes out. He flashes away, but he's going to be chased over the wall. Light will pick up that kill. While that's happening though, Doonby looking like he can maybe go for a fight here. And that 3-man W means that SOFM is almost taken out. Just trying to be a little bit more of a nuisance, like you said. Just having that Blade of the Rune King puts so much more kill pressure onto Allah, who's yet to really start building his...
On who's able to push in the spot side, but maybe in trouble.
Oh no, On, your final chapter here. Doesn't quite sun him up just yet. He's going to put out the last breath. The final chapter, the last breath. He's doing a decent job, but he's actually not doing any damage. He just survived for a little bit while because he hasn't got any kind of items right now. So he's going to have to sacrifice that.
On this bottom side. So they have ways to push the game forward. And for Weibo, you need to. Again, your playoff hopes on the line here in this game. Your world's hopes on the line. They need to start a reverse sweep, and they need to start it in this game. Rift Herald, I don't think they want to get the Charger. I think they'd prefer if it was just able to make its way down bot side, as you will get a lot of members of LNG trying to make plays in this top.
And it's traded for the moment, 1-for-1. The Shy, though, is up in this top side. Tarzan there, though, makes it very difficult for them to kind of work with this one here. And they know already they're not really going to be able to dive on top of him. He's already nearly built up towards his Sunfire Aegis, so he's just going to be able to sit himself there. That's 2 towers for 1. A trade
though, as long as Allah's able to play forward and Light stays safe, you need to keep your eyes on SOFM. Can he get access to the LNG AD carry?
Shy pops the Dominus. They go in. They're going to try and maybe 50-50 this. And there's Soul going over to the side of Weibo. Now, do you look for the fight? Yes, you absolutely do. The Dawning Shadow, the Cyclone, the final chapter, though, from Light means that he's still untouched, but he's not quite able to get the consistent damage. And Weibo are not dead yet, Dagda. They pick up the kills, and they pick up the Dragon Soul as well.
Everyone
win here for Weibo. They get absolutely everything. And Dagda, there's life in this series yet.
I mean, there has to be for Weibo. This is exactly what we need to see from them. SOFM controlling the earth.
They're still not quite out of this one just yet, but they have to try and find opportunities outside of this one. As I say that, they're going to look for one right here. Doonby going to go straight in onto the Shy. Still has access to the Shroud should he need it, but there's going to be the TP coming in on the backside of this one here. The final chapter doesn't really do a lot. They're going to jump in on top of the Renekton. They need to try and kill him off as soon as they can. Shut down over to the Zeri, and that's going to slow down a little bit this one. I love the fact that Allah was in top side to try and stop that TP.
You can't stop Angel, though. He's gone to Leandri's Anguish.
Now Doonby and Angel trying to go toe-to-toe on this top side, but you can't really do a lot here as the Shy gets caught out as well. They're just trying to hit him over the wall. The Zeri's in a great position. SOFM is there, and the W lands. That's going to be another kill going over to Light, and the Zeri is starting to take side of LNG. They need to try and walk in blind. You can see they're a little bit desperate to go for this because they don't know what's happening, and then it's going to be a fight on 2 fronts. Allah tries to use his ultimate to get away, but he's got nowhere to go, and he's taken out. Your big, beefy front line is no longer here. Angel flashes forward, jumping on a Doonby as he goes into stasis. The Zeri still looking very, very strong right now. The Dawning Shadow not quite to finish off Doonby as he flashes away. Light still keeping himself relevant, but the Weibo are the ones pushing forward.
There's no engage left for Weibo, though, to actually deal with Light if he could get into position, but LNG, they don't feel like they can do it. I mean, Doonby on the reset.
They're going to look to Tarzan, though. They don't want to flip this one. Tarzan is dead. It will no longer be a flip. Huanfeng gets out, and he does have a QSS. Doonby tries to TP in, but without a jungler, you cannot contest. And Weibo, they are still pushing forward to a first win.
Angel refuses. Angel is a carry machine in this game.
I mean, we said he's the Angel of Death, but honestly, he's feeling more like a Guardian Angel for Weibo right now. He is protecting them. He is keeping them alive in this series, which honestly, you've got to think now Weibo have to have it. You have Baron, you have Elder, you have everything you could possibly need, and they're still just going to try and take down those inhibitor turrets. They will get the wave and bot side dealt with, and top lane is a ways away. So yes, you do lose a middle inhibitor, but for the moment, gold doesn't really make a difference. Structures don't really make that much of a damn, because right now it's all about defending your base. Is LNG, they're pinned right up against their Nexus.
With Baron there, with Elder there, it's going to make it so difficult for you to try and fight this. 50 seconds, and Weibo know it. They want to try and close out this game.
Yeah, they got to do it now. They got to do it within the next minute because they know they have the Elder. You can see those little lines, the execution bar, if you will, coming in here. The minions are doing their work, as is this Senna, who's finally getting up to that absolutely insane level of stacks. Here we go. Ala tries to jump into the backside. It's a bit of a last-ditch effort as Light jumps onto the Shy, but Shy says, no, I jump onto you, as they end up disengaging the fight. You got Zeri lanked up, but not able to do anything else. Weibo find an opportunity. They get all the buffs they could possibly need, and they keep themselves alive in playoffs.
Weibo wake up in Game 3. They will march forward to a 2-1. A long road ahead of them.
Weibo want to go for, but maybe they throw all that out and go for something a little bit different. But yeah, I think the Azir, how much priority's been on it, it has to be the pick coming out here.
Yeah, it just works so well in the team fight that Weibo have. The ability to try. Look at SOFM, he's moving up top side. Ala low and overextended. This is so dangerous.
It's so dangerous. He will have a hop and a flash. He might be able to get himself away. The little bit of a slow, the flash forward, one more auto attack, but no, SOFM! He can't get it! The range of the mini down there, but the Wukong this top side. Allah might be in a lot of trouble here. You don't have a lot of mana here for the Shy. And you can see that's very difficult for them to make things work here. As Allah then gets flashed down, the Cyclone is good. They're going to use the last of the mana from the Shy to get the needle work, and very, very well done here by goes. But now Allah recognizes that he might be in a 1v1 here on this top side. And you can see now, ooh, the ult doesn't quite hit anybody. You can see Light trying to get stacked up here. They're going to go for his flip, and it's LNG who secure it. Now SOFM has to get himself over the wall. There's going to be the Azir Emperor's Divide as a perfect execution, puts himself back into a decent position. SOFM running as far as he possibly can, but the W lands, which means that he's slowed down, he's taken out, and LNG over one play over the Dragon have flipped this game. But he has been spotted, so Light should be able to keep his dash over the wall to himself. Now Angel trying to see if he can run away, but ooh, the Shuriken flip does not land, which means that Angel is able to kind of turn this one around. But he puts himself between a rock and a hard place. The subjugate should be good enough. And in a 2v1, Angel still comes out. But now with Tarzan taking that Rift Herald, he's going to say, cool, we're going to keep funneling money into Light and keep him going. The Zeri still very relevant. Dunby with the Shroud keeps himself alive. As you can see, Huan Fong and On trying to make that big power spike work for them.
And this is something we see a lot from LNG. Like, they're not willing to play heavily around this bot side lanes that they can get the second Dragon, and it will be Angel just moving back up to top side to try and push in onto this tier 1. To connect, so couldn't get the kill, but there's the engage onto Light.
Jumping onto Light, who flashes away. He didn't have the Yuumi, but now the final chapter comes out. It's going to force a flash out of SOFM. Angel has the flash away as well. He's getting jumped on the tidal wave, trying to use the disengage. Doonby has arrived. SOFM, though, keeps himself alive on the side of this one here. Doonby only had eyes for one man. Never mind, he had him for two. He got greedy and ate all of his cake as well. So Weibo lose two out of nowhere, and the TP from the Shy. That's Baron.
Doonby's the fellow with the roving eye in this one, catching both members of Weibo and now eyeing up that Baron. He's a greedy old lad, but he's going to be happy as Larry with what has just occurred.
You don't have a needlework here for the Shy, and you don't have a jungler either, so Doomby's going to be able to play keep away right now. There's no one you can really kind of go into this, and yeah, Weibo, you have to give this up.
I mean, great job from LNG to turn around the over. Yeah, I mean, look, you're even going towards the wit's end here. You're not going towards full crit build here for Light, so definitely feeling himself when it comes towards the damage he can churn out with this Ultra Shock Laser. Now LNG just playing protect the cannon, making sure that nobody from Weibo can finish this off as the next wave comes through.
And that's going to be two tier 2s going down. It's a successful Baron push. You do have another minute or so on it, but you really do want to
Ross. And it's not, as we say, like it gets particularly easy for Weibo. Yes, the Shy in the late game will get very, very strong. Same when you look at Angel going for this attack damage build, or attack speed, sorry.
Pressure
build.
on.
And from this point, how do you try and commit towards these objectives as Weibo? Now all outer turrets are down. LNG is on LNG's side.
Tarzan going to take a little bit of poke here from SOFM. Light is there though as Allah. Let me look to try and transform, but he hasn't done it just yet, and he gets bubbled. Allah with a massive mistake actually costs him his life and maybe the fight. Tarzan has to use the subjugate, but that's just so much damage from Doonby. He will go into stasis. They're trying to keep the Shy away. He flashes in as On's underneath the tower. It's a double kill here for Doonby. It's going to be the Shy going down, and despite Allah going over, it is going to be an equal trade of sorts right now. Weibo need to stay alive. They're trying to get the auto attacks in, and that's Tarzan with enough damage on the subjugate to take him out. It ends up being a 4-for-2 trade, and it looks like LNG are getting themselves a second Baron.
If you don't get Light, you can't take the fight. LNG don't get the Zeri, and she's able to run amok afterwards. The Shy tried desperately to finish off Light, but wasn't quite able to do it.
Yeah, but Allah, he's just too far away. Angel did survive on the back end of this, but now you're caught between a rock and a hard place. That rock is Doonby. That hard place might be the grey screen as we can come in straight away. Doonby, though, has been deleted. They traded back for the Lucian. It's the Lucian Nami for the Akali, and look at Light. Like you said, if you don't take out Light, you cannot fight. The Shy is now put himself in harm's way to make sure he can make a little bit of an impact. He's still staying alive, but only for so long, and Light is carrying these fights.
LNG will look towards the base. The Dragon is there in 3 seconds, but they know with the death timers they have, Weibo are done for. LNG keep their steady miracle run alive, and they will lock themselves at least the gauntlet for regional playoffs.
Weibo, it's all on Angel. We talked about it in game number 3. Can he do anything? I just don't think he can. The pillar of ice is down. Angel shall be joining his namesake up in heaven. The gray screen is all he has. LNG continue their miracle run, and they've got a date with B5.
Doomby's excitement says it all on your screens. Happy as can